I'm Caped-Jol, and you're watching Comic Smack, the special weekly comic book show where we take deeper, more in-depth looks at the coolest and most happening comic book storylines going on today. And on this episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at the Uncanny Avengers issue number 5. Will waves be made for Rogue when an old friend slash lover returns to the fold? Well, let's hop on into the issue and find out for ourselves, shall we? So, as the comic opens, the Uncanny Avengers are on their newest mission, crashing a riverboat gambling cruise for supervillains. Oh, dude, that sounds so freaking fun. Is that like a theme package? Like, where would I go for tickets for that? Ticketmaster? Would Ticketmasters have them? The good guys are shaking down the usual suspects in hopes of trying to track down one of their greatest enemies, the Red Skull. Oh, okay, so I'm guessing a lot has changed in the 8-month gap between now and Secret Wars, because if you'll remember, the last time we saw Red Skull, he was the hostage of Dr. Doom. Honest John, one of the Red Skull's former henchmen, isn't able to give up his boss, but he is able to give up the bank where the Red Skull is hiding all of his money. And, you know, there's probably some Nazi gold in there too, because, well, Red Skull, Nazi. The team thanks Cable for his help in this endeavor, and he's just about ready to make the jump back to the future when he finds out he can't. Turns out his arch nemesis Strife has put a chronal anchor on him, trapping him in this time. Well, geez, isn't that the most convenient thing ever? I guess that means I will never have to ask the question, why doesn't Cable blank time travel to solve this problem? Understandably, all the X-Men members of the Uncanny Avengers have an invested interest in taking the Red Skull down. If you remember the original Uncanny X-Men run from Marvel, now Red Skull stole the deceased Charles Xavier's brain and used its psychic powers to commit super hate crimes. Our heroes find the Skull's secret underground vault, only they're shocked to discover that they're not the first ones there. Gambit, everyone's favorite Cajun mutant, is already there. They all catch up for a bit and decide that a team-up is in order, and not a moment too soon either, as a bunch of suits of armor come to life and try and stop them. The heroes win the fight, but are saddened when they open up the vault to find that there's nothing there. Someone must have tipped the Red Skull off, and he moved all of his assets. Rogue wants to take this opportunity to get cozy with Gambit, but he stops her, saying that her disease that she's currently carrying around due to the Terrigen Mist might be contagious, and he ain't down with that, son. If this all seems incredibly cold and out of character for Gambit, well, that's because it totally is, because as we discover, that was never actually Gambit. It was the Red Skull disguised as Gambit, using his psychic powers to block everyone else's perception. Apparently, getting into his vault was just the first part of a multi-point plan that he has to take down the Uncanny Avengers once and for all and strike a deadly blow against his arch-nemesis Captain America. And that's pretty much where the comic ends. Uncanny Avengers number 5 is a bit of an odd comic. It's surprising that 5 issues in this quote-unquote Avengers book has had such a heavy mutant and X-Men focus. It also feels like there's a lot of coming full circle. If you'll remember the original Rick Remember Uncanny X-Men run, they fought the Red Skull there. He was their first big villain, and now they're setting him up to be a big villain yet again. I'm a little disappointed by the Gambit fake out. I mean, if they're just gonna keep adding more mutants and X-Men to this team, why not Gambit? I quite liked the last run he was in his X-Factor book. I would have liked to have seen him join this team. Overall, did not love this one the way I was hoping I would. I give it a 6 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll feel like checking out some more videos I have on offer here at Caped-Jol.